Season 2, Episode 5, A Devil May Cry, you know we gotta get into it. So the last episode, we finally had Virgil. In the last episode, we finally had Virgil, Dante, and Lady getting on the same page as far as stopping Arius from summoning Argosax, the Chaos. What do I mean by that? Well, hell, Virgil ended up slicing off Arius's arm when Dante came through and shot Arius, rescuing Virgil from being inside of that force field, and it forced Arius to retreat with that masquerade lady. So Arius ended up having to get that robotic arm attached to his body, and then more action went down. I mean, we had Dante, Lady, and Virgil tracking down Arius where the Arcanas was, and all hell broke loose. I mean, we had Virgil and Dante teaming up to fight these demon robots that Arius had that masquerade lady unleash on them, and then we had Dante actually stealing one of the Arcanas, the coin. And as soon as Arius was about to summon Argosax, he realized that he was missing one. But even before that, what ended up happening? We had Virgil opening up a portal and pushing Lady and Dante out of the portal. Dante had to save Lady from getting hit by an 18-wheeler, and now we have Virgil by himself giving work to those clone masquerade ladies, the robotic demons, and we about to see what happens now. So do me a favor, like the video, sub to the channel, and this is part 1 of season 2, episode 5 of Devil May Cry. Oh shoot, this is starting off with a flashback from 3 years ago. Okay, so we got Dante and we got Enzo, and they go to this big ass mansion. They go inside of it, and it's nothing but trees. It looks like there's a forest inside of the house, y'all. So apparently they just completed a job and they are there to get payment. So they meet this guy named Professor Lucan. They're having a conversation, and he's saying that their payment is ready, and now they following him. Hope no funny business is about to go down. So they're walking and still conversating, and the professor asks Dante, what does he think about sorcery? And Dante's like, man, I don't trust magicians, yada, 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 right? And the professor starts getting really scientific, and then they stop, and then he says, listen, this is an actual statue from Makai. I mean, it looks like a Medusa statue. It's stone, and now he's going into detail about like these materials are from the Makayan realm. This is getting interesting. So he's saying that the materials from Makai can manipulate quantum energy. Uh-oh, now the professor is doing some sort of a seance. He's starting to glow. I'm seeing a whole bunch of particles around him. What is he doing? And then he hits this, spider monkey? And now he has taken possession of it. Like he uses the energy and he's bringing it to him. And now he's like growing plants and all kind of stuff, man. This is wild. Yo, Enzo is like, man, fuck what you doing, what you talking about. Hey, we charge by the hour. Where is the money? He ain't even bothered by what the professor just did. So then the professor tells Dante that he has a gift within him and he can help him retrieve what he's lost. But Dante gotta walk in the light and not be so damn cynical, so self-centered, so selfish, and he needs to have a higher purpose, and he can help him with that. But here we go with Enzo. Enzo was like, hey man, where is the money? And then the professor pulls out this huge gem, this stone, and Enzo's like, hey, give me that. Yo, so they get the stone and they leave, right? And then the professor is like, okay, the hard way then, just as stubborn as your father. So the professor knows Dante's and Virgil's father. Wow. Didn't see that coming. back to present times, we got Lady and Dante kissing, right? And then Lady realizes that she kissing Dante and pushes him down. And she's like, what the fuck was that? Girl, you know exactly what you were doing. You know you acted off of impulse because you've been having a thing for Dante. You could keep your mind off of Dante. Even when he was in that frozen shell thing fast asleep, you kept visiting him. So Dante wants to go back over there and help his brother Virgil out. And Lady is like, nah, Virgil can handle himself. He probably already took care of Arius. Hell, he handled you. Plus, we got to keep the Arcana as far away from Arius as possible. So Dante is like, you know what? Why don't we just destroy this coin that I have, right? And Lady is like, well, we know that Mundus couldn't destroy it, so how can you? And now Dante is talking about that professor, the professor that we saw at the beginning of the episode. So they hop on a motorcycle and pull up to the professor's mega mansion compound. So we gonna see what the professor has to say about this Arcana coin. Yo, so the white tiger ends up pouncing on Lady, but it doesn't do nothing. It just took her down and just walks off. And now here we go with the professor trying to figure out why the hell they are here. So Lady is 100% skeptical with the professor, right? And she's like, hey man, fuck this. Let's get up out of here. He can't help us. And then the professor says, I understand why you so skeptical. Your father wore 2 different faces. He knows her father. So Dante tells the professor, hey, we came here for this. And he pulls out the Arcana Medaglia. He also tells the professor that Arius has the other Arcanas, and then the professor is like, then he won't be far behind. And then he starts going into this seance mode and starts glowing, and everything around him is just floating in the air. So he ends up cloaking the energy signatures from the Arcana Medaglia. So basically he made like carbon copies of it to distract Arius from where the location of the original one is. So he about to send them on a whole freaking what you want to call it, a witch hunt. Yeah, he's gonna send them on a witch hunt to try to find the Arcana Medaglia. Now he's talking about Argosax needs to feed to attain his full form, and how Argosax requires fuel, and in order to do that, millions will perish. Damn. His birth consumed the entire civilization? Now he's going to a history lesson where there were ancient cities. Whenever the realms were together, there were, you know, demons and humans. They lived together in harmony. And then once Argosax arose during the hybrid eclipse, he swallowed the ancient worlds whole. This dude is huge. Yo. Hey, Argosax is a beast, y'all. You think Mundus was somebody? I think Argosax is more powerful than Mundus. Stay tuned for part 2, dropping this Saturday, 7 p.m. CST.